Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And I'm sure in future videos over the next 2 weeks, I'll be talking about the Super Bowl, the participants in the Super Bowl. But today, let's take a look at another NFL team, and I'm specifically talking about the New York Jets, who recently hired a new head coach and GM, Aaron Glenn, new head coach, former player of the Jets back, I believe, in the 1990s, previously the defensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions. Now, of course, the Jets haven't had much success in recent years. Were one of the probably top three most disappointing teams this season, as they had Super Bowl aspirations led by a 40-plus-year-old quarterback. I'm talking Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Glenn did speak with the media today, and let's first start with what Jay Glazer said about him. So this is via Paul Andrew Eston Jr.'s X page. He has a show, The Man-Child Show, with Boy Green. He's a Jets digital reporter for Heavy on Sports. So this is what Jay Glazer had to say about Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. We know he's the new head coach of the Jets. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Talked to Aaron Glenn this morning. He said, I plan to go meet with Aaron Rodgers, and we'll definitely come up with a decision much sooner than later. I don't want to drag this out. Aaron Glenn.
You can't blame him for not wanting to drag it out, as you know the draft will be coming up. While there's not many big name free agents, and I highly doubt the Jets would go back down the Sam Darnold route. You don't want this to be something that's in the headlines for months upon months. We've seen it with the Jets before. Aaron Rodgers does some interesting things, goes on dark retreats, and takes trips, and you want to catch him before he's doing something and isn't available for a couple weeks. So definitely the right decision to want to figure out if he's returning sooner than later. This is also via Paul Andrew Eston Jr. So ESPN's Rich Cimini asked him a question, Aaron Glenn, and this was his response.
A question for Aaron. Since you brought it up a moment ago, with Aaron Rodgers, what is going to be your process as a coach to determine if he's going to be your quarterback next year?
Well, me and Mooj is going to sit and talk and just go over the whole roster. And I will tell you now, that's going to be the answer to a number of questions when it comes to the roster in general. So we're looking forward to that process. I can't tell you how long that process will be. But the thing is, we're going to make sure we get the right answer. And we're not going to rush to this answer, because we're going to get the right answer.
So I'm going to say that's a little bit contradictory to what Jay Glazer said, saying that Glenn had told him that he wants to get it done sooner than later. And Jay Glazer is definitely one of the more reliable sources. Usually what he says is very truthful. But here, Aaron Glenn's saying that it might take a little time. So who knows? But should the Jets want Aaron Rodgers back? I mean, yes, he is now 41 years old, will turn 42 late into next season. I mean, there's people who would look at his numbers. I've seen like memes and stuff saying, oh, this is a bad year from Aaron Rodgers. But as someone who watched a lot of Jets, I live in New Jersey. So, of course, they were on every single week. He just was not a good quarterback this year. Even his QBR was under 50 at 48.1. So stats can definitely be misleading. I mean, look at Russell Wilson's stats last year with the Denver Broncos. I'd say they were even better than Rodgers here, and the Denver Broncos couldn't wait to get rid of him, and look what happened. They reached the postseason with a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. But yes, he will be 41 entering next season. This was via Bleacher Report. I believe it was written in December, just talking about how much it would cost. If the Jets release Rodgers this offseason, they'll incur a $49 million dead charge, according to ESPN's Rich Cimini, which is an accumulation of prorated bonuses from past years. That's a substantial cap hit, more than double his cap charge if he's on the roster. Could spread it out over 2 years if he's a post-June 1st release, absorbing $14 million dead cap hit in 2025 and $35 million in 2026. Be far more expensive for the team if he sticks around, however. While he doesn't have any guaranteed money currently left on his deal, reasonable $23.5 million cap hit for next season. Team would owe him a $2.5 million base salary and $35 million option bonus. In addition, the 4 voidable years on his contract would mean his dead cap hit would increase to a whopping $63 million in 2026, with Samini noting the reason is the option bonus, which would be prorated for cap purposes over the length of his contract, and then accelerate into 2026 upon his departure. Again, the team could make him a post-June 1st release, spreading out the dead cap between 2026 and 2027. So what are your thoughts? Should the Jets want Aaron Rodgers back with the team? I mean, they basically waited a whole year for him because, of course, he got hurt. And in the 2023 season, just played in, 4 snaps. And, this season, high expectations. Again, there were fans who were thinking maybe the Super Bowl, but that's definitely did not occur. Didn't even come close to reaching the playoffs, and that's with Aaron Rodgers playing in all 17 games. The Jets do have the 7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, and as you know, there's really only 2 guys that are certainly going to be drafted in the first round, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. Both of them will likely go before the Jets go at 7. Would they want to trade up? But will be interesting to see what the Jets decide to do with Aaron Rodgers. Will be a clean slate due to a new head coach and new GM. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.